Good morning, everybody. On today's episode of Joe Needs a Haircut, I have a surprise. So we are gonna do a ride along today. I had one of the subscribers to the channel, his name is Chris, reach out to me, said he's very interested in my trailer, very interested in learning about the dumpster business, wants to come to our Tampa Dumpster Runners barbecue. It's gonna be March 24th in Hudson, Florida. So if you do want to come out, contact me. We are selling tickets. $50 gets you into the event, gives you the opportunity to win a dumpster. It's well worth it. I'm paying for your food, also paying for the venue, all that good stuff. Definitely check it out. Back to today's video. We're going to be picking up Chris now. I have him parked just down the street from my yard. We're going to let him jump up in the truck with us, and we are going to take him out for a couple pickups, some drop-offs, and let him check out the trailer, teach him a couple things. Let's go pick him up, see what he thinks, and pick his brain a little bit as well. All right, everybody. We have Chris here.
Hi.
We're going to go for a little bit of a ride along today, and we're going to go pick up a dumpster now. I've got to drop it off down the road. We're going to hit the dump a couple times, show him some ropes, and hopefully we're going to learn a couple things. So Chris, is there anything special we want to learn today?
Equipment stuff, billing stuff, how the business works, anything and everything that can be learned in a short period of time.
All right. Well, I will get back to driving safely. Let me put my phone down and let's go pick up some dumpsters. All right. So we are pulling up to the first dumpster. This is actually one that's had been paid for underlayment. So I do have to break the boards out, and we're gonna have to show them how to do it nice and gentle. It's a painted driveway, so we don't want to mess it up for them. But this will be my first attempt, and I always look bad when someone's watching, so I'm sure it's gonna take me a few times of backing up to get there, but we will get her picked up and show Chris how it's done. All right, I didn't get any filming done while we were there. The customer opened up the garage as soon as we pulled up, basically, so didn't really get an opportunity to do any filming. She was cleaning out Mom's house, getting ready to move her out of state, so they were throwing away the odds and ends in the garage, and then there was a lot of miscellaneous tools and hardware and stuff like that from Grandpa that had passed away already. So she did give us a lot of stuff. We ended up loading up the toolbox full of hardware and clippers, and I got the tarp. What is that, a grommet? What's that called? The holes on the tarp? Anyway, I got a handful of new tools, a bunch of hardware, stuff like that, and an incredibly light load. So we are gonna take this to the dump. I am gonna bring this to Maxco landfill because this is, ooh, a little tight. This is maybe a few hundred pounds, probably not even that, honestly. They don't charge a minimum at the Maxco landfill. So we are gonna take it there, hopefully have a very minimal dump fee, and take this dumpster to the next one. All right, taking Chris out for his first experience at the dump. Pretty cut and dry. We dumped, now we're driving out. Maxco landfill is pretty chill. There's not too much chaos going on. It's not a very high volume dump, and then the civilian and the commercial entrances are different. Now we will probably end up going out to Pinellas dump for the next pickup. We got to do this drop off first, but Pinellas is a night and day difference. So I'll be interested in hearing your perspective of how you view the two of them. All right, we are dropping another one off here. I've got to get it on that extension, so I'm gonna have Chris make sure I don't take this mailbox out. He's gonna play cameraman for me. Let's get it done. This one? That's winch in, so winch out. Now, before we get to the actual ground, I want to slide these boards under the feet. So stop it. Now I'll put the board on the back half because it still has some more way to go. Okay, now we'll do that on the other side as well. Check to make sure we have plenty of room here, but in some cases, make sure you have enough room for the doors before you get all the way offloaded. And then we'll come over here, get this one down as well. All right, so go ahead and roll it off. Go a little slowly before it comes all the way. Keep going. Now tilt all right, that actually works. I was gonna say, in some cases, you wanna use the rails tilt up and down. All right, so for a second, let the cable out. Okay, now we'll pull this off. Tighten it in. All right, perfect. So I figure this will really piss off my Canadian viewers. This is our winter lunchtime. Honestly, I might have to lose the long sleeves. I'm gonna probably sweat out here a little bit, but we're gonna have a little lunch. All right, so we're pulling up to the next one. A little 20-yarder. Got a lot of residential stuff. Got a little bit of, I see drywall up in the front. Let's see where we at. So I don't really know how heavy it's gonna be, but I do think it's not going to be too crazy. All right, let's get this one picked up.
Sprockets, you used to cut the sprockets out on the lathe.
Okay.
And make the entire tarp racks for dump trucks.
Yeah. Oh, they just built their own in-house?
We just used Schedule 40 black wall pipe.
Yeah.
Yeah. And instead of this stuff.
Yeah, one thing I really got disappointed by was US Tarps builds a few different models, and this one in particular is the rounded. They also make one that's kind of more rectangular. It's got a little bit of a tube shape, but more rectangular tube that looks 100 times stronger, but I imagine to save 50 cents, Texas Pride buys the tube style instead. So they're a little bit more affordable for them to throw on all the trailers. But it's like, for a little bit of extra money, I would have gladly paid to have the stronger of the two options.
They definitely bend easier than they should, though.
Way easier. Yeah, I can bend that virtually by hand, honestly.
Yeah, there was some other video I watched, and a guy, brand new trailer, bent that on the first.
Mine, I didn't video it, but my very first drop off when I got home, I had thrown like a 4x4 board in the bed of the truck that was a little longer than the bed, and it had caught my brake safety switch, pulled the pin out.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Yeah, so it's like my very first rental, I broke something, and then like my second or third one was the first time I ever bent the tarp arm, so my tarp arm was jacked, and I had to replace my brake controller in the first 5 minutes of using it, basically.
Yeah, you're supposed to pull that out and test it every month.
Yeah, that was part of the learning experience of I didn't
but you should always keep a spare one in the truck, and I'm sure you probably do now.
I do now, yeah. So the brake controller locked on me. Thankfully it happened in my storage lot, so I ended up dragging the trailer a little bit on grass before realizing what it was that had happened, but I didn't go very far, and I wasn't doing it on the pavement.
Yeah, so it's been spec'd out to have disc brakes on it.
Nice. Do they naturally do disc brakes at that weight capacity, or is that unique to?
That's $3,000 more.
Yeah. Probably still worth it though.
It is. When you apply the brakes, they don't jerk.
Yeah.
It's more of a smooth, just like your car. You know, it stops. The Max D trailer that I bought, the Lowboy,
yeah,
it stops so smooth, you know.
Sure.
I've always had drum brakes, the electric drum brakes on everything I've had prior. And it is night and day difference.
One of the real benefits to the Ram specifically is the
Jake.
exhaust, the virtually the Jake brake. The exhaust brake on these things does such a good job that brakes don't wear out nearly as fast. I know a lot of guys will push 100,000 before they ever do a brake job on their Rams, which is nice.
You do a lot of town running, so you might not be so lucky on that.
Yeah, well.
But if you were interstate and running like these guys do, they went like several 100,000 miles on the first brakes on a full on a 550 Dodge.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'll probably end up being in the 65 to 85 range would be my guesstimate on when I'm going to end up doing brakes on this thing. Yeah, all the brands have their pros and cons, but that is the one that is pretty undisputed, is the Ram is the king of the exhaust brake category. All right, I wasn't sure where we were gonna go. It's usually a 20-yarder full of residential, could be anywhere between 1.5, 2.5 tons. I wasn't sure if they had a lot of drywall or remodeling debris underneath. So it ended up being pretty light. This was a 1.06 ton load. So if I would have gone all the way down to Pinellas, I wouldn't have really saved any money. I would have lost a lot of time had I gone and done that. The only real difference would be they don't charge for TVs. If I dump them out there, they don't give me a hard time. Here they've upped their TV fee to $50, so I got to pull the TV, put it to the side, dump that next time I go to Pasco. But all in all, the difference of what I would have spent in fuel would have cost as much as it did for me to dump here. So just a little dive into the logistics of the dumpster world. But we have officially reached the end of my tasks for the day. I think Chris probably taught me more about trucking and the different various 100 professions he's had in his life than I might have taught him about dumpsters, but hopefully he gained a little bit of knowledge following me around a little bit.
He might have got tired of hearing me talk.
I actually enjoy learning from other people, so it's always good to hear things that you haven't heard before. And honestly, my knowledge of even my own equipment is still, everything is kind of new to me. I've only had the trailer for a year now, so any advanced version of knowledge when it comes to maintaining and proper ways to take care of stuff is good for me, and Chris knows a lot of that stuff, so I appreciate it.
Appreciate the ride along.
Yeah, I mean, most of what I would say the knowledge side of this industry comes from is just getting in and doing it anyway. And then I told him before we even got started, but the hardest part of this job for me is not getting in the truck and moving dumpsters. It's acquiring new customers, maintaining relationships, doing your marketing, putting your posts out on social media, finding new contracts to land. All that stuff is way more difficult than any of the little odds and ends of picking up and putting down dumpsters. Most of that stuff is just get the equipment, do it a handful of times, and you'll learn the ropes of it. But hopefully gained a little bit of knowledge today.
Gained a lot. Definitely think the trailer is pretty decent. Definitely going to spend money on the Texas Pride trailer. Definitely going to go into this business, and everything Joe has shown me today has just helped me make that a firm decision. Definitely easier than some of the things I'm currently doing.
Are you I know we talked about this briefly. Are you going to come out to Tampa for the barbecue?
Yes.
Okay. So I'll plug it once again. Tampa Dumpster Runners Barbecue, March 24th. It's going to be Sunday. We're going to go from probably 11:30 to 4:30, 5 o'clock, just depending on what all you're coming for. We are giving away 3 dumpsters. Not one, but 3 dumpsters. And then we're also doing Magnate, the web development company, is doing a website giveaway. So they're doing, it's I believe 16 pages. In addition to a one-on-one coaching call, that'll be a separate giveaway to teach you a little bit of best practices when it comes to your SEO and gaining some traction in your online web presence. And then my buddy Tyler runs another dumpster company locally. He's going to take somebody bow fishing. So that's another fun giveaway. I'm hoping I win that one because I want to go bow fishing, but I think I'm going to get him to just take me along anyway. I think that'd be a real good time. But March 24th, Tampa Dumpster Runners Barbecue, Sunday Cookout. come see us, meet myself, meet Chris. I'm trying to get a few of the big names out there. I won't announce any names until they officially say that they are coming, but hopefully we'll get some dumpster celebrities in the house, and I will be freshly groomed by then because I know I'm in desperate need of a haircut and a beard trimming. So I will see you guys out there. I appreciate having Chris along, and I look forward to meeting everybody and seeing those again that were out there last time.
And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Joe's channel.
I appreciate
Great
that.
guy.
That was good. That was
Great
really good.
guy.
Thank you, Chris.